It's me, Ria. Just hopping on real quick to do a Power of 3 reading before I go do my workout, go for a run. It's a beautiful day out here today, guys. The sun is shining. It's clear blue sky. Birds are flying. So beautiful. So I just want to hop on and I wanted to share just a little synopsis, a little message, a little personal experience, and then do the Power of 3 reading. And what I wanted to share first is, you know how we always talk about going through portals and creating portals and certain astrological events creating portals. And I just had the most beautiful personal experience I wanted to share about portals. And portals are, a shift in frequency. It's almost like an electromagnetic that shifts you and brings you to an awareness to a whole new reality. Sometimes we think of it as like a physical, in a linear way of walking through something, but really I realize it's just that it's an awakening. It's a blast of energy is how I can describe it. And how I can relate this to a personal experience is, you know how we talk about activating energy? Well, when you come into another energetic awareness, I'm going to use 2 people as an example. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I'm going to use an example of me running on the beach and meeting this man. And he's my soulmate, by the way. So I was running, and it was totally out of nowhere, totally out of context. Never would have expected to him. It was during a hurricane, and during the so-called quote-unquote hurricane that Florida had last September, we went over to the west side of Florida, and me and my family. And I was running, and there he was sitting, and it was like, holy effing God, what are you doing here? He was just a casual friend that I would see here and there. But what happened is, when we saw each other, it activated this energy. And the activation it's more of a remembering. You know how light language activates you or releases? What it does is it releases codes, rememberings, energy, just energy, codes. That's all I can think of. And a remembering, because remember, there is no linear time. All time exists now. So we are literally shifting, jumping portals, entering other realities, but it's all caused by our shift in awareness, our electromagnetic field, our frequency. So when I saw him, there's this remembering, and he always felt like home to me in general. But because it was out of context, took us by surprise, there was this energetic meeting, and it created a remembering. And it literally was an activation of frequency between us, just like you guys have experienced this. It could be just through friendships. I like to say it's people more than situations. It's more of an activation. You know how we activate each other through light language. We activate each other through reflections of one another, showing each other aspects and reflections of one another. Even Gaia can activate us. Certain places on the earth activate us because they're just the right frequency that is a match for us. And it causes this interaction, this merging of energy. And when they merge, it literally creates a portal. And the portal is all of a sudden this jump in frequency, and it literally feels like a portal. I get it. It feels like what you say. Yes, John, yes! It is the most amazing thing. And after that interaction, it created an awakening in me, and I'll get into detail more about this at some point, maybe in the gold room, and I'm just going to frickin' just put the gold room out. I keep thinking I have to prepare, but I'm just going to put the gold room out, hopefully this weekend, invite people. It's going to be you know how I always talk about 2020 being the platform, that energy, that heart space creation, that new platform foundation, creating from there. So it's going to be 2020, $20.20 a month, and I'm going to do daily, more of the stuff is going to be on in the gold room instead of the temple. I'll still do lives with other people at the temple, but I'm going to put more of my stuff in the gold room. But anyways, so after that interaction and as I was running away, I heard a voice within me simultaneously as I felt this. A little voice said, "I love you." And I'm like, holy shit, Marie, what the hell are you saying? You don't even know this person, know them. But I was feeling exactly what they were feeling towards them, but I actually received their energetic vibration. So come to find out later, he literally said as I ran away, "I love you." And I turned around and I wanted to say that, but I didn't. And so that interaction created a remembering, a code, a frequency that literally putted me into a portal that brought me to another reality instantaneously. It was unbelievable. That was like in September. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because the other morning I was reflecting on this energy. It's undescribable, John. It is. It's like I talk about portals. I really believe it. I believe the human, we are channels. We are portals, literally. But what it takes to activate the portal, to create the opening, is an activation caused by an interaction, reflection, mirror of the energy that we need that activates us. That's why people can activate with light language. I personally do light language. It activates codes. I am the frequency. We are frequencies for each other that create an activation. And when the frequency is so, all I can say is blasted open, it literally activates and opens up a portal for a new reality, a new dimension, a new experience. And it's something that I never would have even dreamed of. You have to have the experience to really grasp it. And that brings the point to the spiritual being that we are, coming to have the experience to really grasp the sensory, the physical aspect. So it's just amazing. So yeah, we're portals of energy all the time. We activate each other, and we have the capability to enter any timeline or dimension through that specific activation, through that, I'll say clashing or catalyzing, or just, that's all I can say is, so when we bring those energies and reflect them, and when it causes that activation, and it's awakening. An opening of a portal door is an awakening. It's a remembering to the fullness that we already are, and the availability that we all contain already. A portal isn't a place we need to go to, but it might seem it from the human perspective because that's how we operate. But it's that outside force energy that is reflecting. That outside force is still a reflection of our own energy, but it creates that merging, that awakening, that activating to create the portal. So the portals aren't outside of us. It is a frequency change within us that creates the portal. So when I always said that us humans are human portals, I really get it. Not just in theory, but from a personal physical experience, which is hence the reason that we're here, period, as human beings, to have the experience. We are the portal to all. Our heart is the portal. But when we come across others or situations, places, people, things, they are a reflection of that portal that we need opening. And when we contact it and when we're open to it, it does catalyze us. It activates a light within us that opens the door for us to shift. And I believe also that's that whole ascension journey. Some shifts, some activations, some portal openings are as huge. Some are like zoop, 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 little shifts and little portals. But then sometimes in life, guys, you have this major activation. Some people might say enlightenment. Some might say awakening. And that's what a portal is. And I literally entered a new earth. Oh my God. A portal, a huge portal which was a huge jump in frequency and activation like I've never had. So I'm just sharing that with you guys, that portals are a real thing, and my understanding from my personal experience of what a portal activation is. And you guys all know how I always do this. I do that because I believe I am constantly entering portals. It's just so beautiful. But the portals aren't outside of me. The outside is always a reflection of this, guys, our experience, our portals. And within this huge portal of the heart, we have all these other portals, all these experiences, all these timelines, even opening up a door. Like sometimes we jump through, but I believe sometimes we open up a portal. And what we're doing is we're not jumping through, but we're drawing information upon it from, say, soul retrieval, or when we gain gifts from other timelines. They're still us, but sometimes the portal activates us to receive the gift. But sometimes I think that we actually go to the other side of the portal. So sometimes we stay here and it seems stable and our reality seems the same, but the portal door opens to receive that energy and activation in some way, shape, or form that we had from some sort of catalyst or stimuli, some sort of energetic exchange that we went through, opens the door and we can receive those energies. And that's an activation. That's a portal door opening. In my case, I believe the portal door was opening, but I went through the portal instead of just receiving. I literally went to, I know this all sounds so crazy. That's the joy of it, because life is so magical when you allow it and you don't try to stay bound. You don't try to stay bound by logic. Be open to your portals. Yes. I love it, Thaddeus. Good morning, Joey. So yeah, it's like finding the right song. You scan the radio. Absolutely. Absolutely. Abuelita Mamacita. Abuelita, you want to learn light language? It's in you. Just let it out. Just let it out. Like, I find a good way to let light activation out is when I was moving. Like one time when I really just started like flowing the light language again, even though I learned it in, say, Catholicism through spiritual classes, gifts of the spirit, but then it came to me like a year ago when I was running. Just start making voices. Just start going, whatever wants to come out of you, Abuelita, let it flow. You are the light. You are the language, but I or others can be that remembering, that activation of the light that you already have. So people that catalyze, bring awareness, could be a teacher, a guru, whatever. What they're actually doing is reflecting a light within you that might be a little dormant, but they've achieved that frequency. So when you see them, even no different than Gaia. So when you say, I'm just going to use me for an example. When you see me doing light language, but your frequency might not be like fine tuned into that, like John said, a radio station, but you have it. It's like a radio. Oh my God, guys, think of it this way. You guys are all radios with all these frequencies, but you're not necessarily tuned into it. We are all human radios, but some frequencies are activated. But when we see it on the outside, it creates that remembering, that spark, like, that is me. And it could be just at a subconscious level, not even intentional or conscious. And then it clicks. It all of a sudden helps you to fine tune your station to what you need in the moment to continue this. Oh my God, John, thank you for bringing up the radio station. I always thought the frequencies is tuning into a radio, but I never really applied it to me being the radio, because you guys are the portal. You're God source energy. You're fractals of God source energy. You have availability to all through your heart portal, and every little life experience instance activates that. Now, situations, I don't think everything necessarily is a portal. Like some things might be like make you go within and seek. I think the portal is when there is a specific merging of frequency that all I can think of is Telsa. You know, those things he created to create electricity. I almost think of it when two or a situation come together and it creates this huge magnetic combined shoo, and then that creates like more of a portal, I believe. And that's just my theory. That's just my thought. And oh my God. And I've always loved the idea of time travel, portals are time travel. You are accessing a past time when you gain past soul retrieval gifts, or accessing future portals when all of a sudden you leap into something, a desire that was in your heart that you haven't experienced. Then you kind of leap into the future when it's something like a big shift, but it's not really future. It's just all these different radio stations. Oh my God, you guys are so amazing. When I went to Alaska, I felt like I went home. And that home is the resonance of your energy. It's the reflection. It's that perfect reflection of a deeper soul resonance. And what's resonance? It's just what you jive with, but it's that perfect frequency that brings that perfect, all I can say is this shape, this alignment, the spiritual perfectly aligned with the human. It's actually a reflection of the resonance, the energy, the frequency that your spirit self came to experience in the physical. That's what home is. It is like you're being totally clinked, aligned, and synced to your soul desire, your soul purpose, the soul experience, that divine frequency imprint that the soul came to have in human form, but experiencing that deeper spiritual knowing. It's innate being. It's innateness, the truth of who you are, the light and love, and it's reflected in that perfect physical alignment. That is so beautiful, John. Yes. Oh my God, that was so activating for you, John. I can just feel it in your energy. And the activation that you received, it wasn't like a blast, like excitement. It was like this, and that's what I felt too. And it's like a home. It's a peace. It's a very serene, blissful, and it's almost as if all of your energeticness and all of its capacity, all that you are, all of a sudden, when you have that feeling of home, it is that perfect alignment. Everything came into sync in your being. Everything was as it and is as it should be in that moment in time that is aligned to your soul. It's your soul remembering, I came to experience this. Oh my God. And it's that like perfect culmination where peace and balance and harmony were completely restored within your humanness. And from that point, I believe it's almost like it created the platform from there on out. From that place of home, then you continue your ascension and expansion and illumination further. So from that place of home, where you connected to home, it was like a marker. It was like a pillar. It was like a moment, a major moment in time where you all of a sudden became in sync and aligned. And from that base frequency, from that reconnection of home, from that base, you continue on your journey. Oh my God, that's so beautiful, John. Wow. And that's what I felt when I entered my portal. It was like this, that feeling of home. It's exciting and it's alive, but within that aliveness, there's this comfort and security of everlasting love and protection. That's all I can say. It's like just being enveloped with the highest frequency of love. That's all I can say. Totally peaceful, secure, safe, no worries. It brings you to the now in completion. It brings you to the now in this fullness. Yes, Goldroom. Please help me. Am I going to Georgia sometime? Okay, if you want to go to Georgia and that's in your desire, Kathy Gleason, then you just got to allow. Don't look for reasons. Don't look for worry. If it's a want and you want to go to Georgia, it's going to be, but you could be putting resistance, non-belief. Maybe this has to happen. This needs to line up first. Let go of that. Just immerse yourself in the heart. What does it feel like for you to be in Georgia right now? What feelings does that conjure up? That's the quickest way to get there. It's not through the logic. It's not through the mind, except for when you feel inspired, like, oh, I got to sell my house, or, oh, I need to go buy a ticket, or, oh, and it comes to you, but not through trying all the time. It comes to you. What is yours will come to you, guys. And that's another really big point. What is yours will come to you. It will be shown to you due to your own frequency and connection. That is almost like entering a portal in itself. When you're aligned, or wherever your alignment is, and whatever your state of vibration or frequency or mission is of your magnetic, what you need is going to present to you. It will come to you. It will find you. I was never out there looking for anyone. It just, or you might have a desire to go to some place in the world. Like me, it was Florida. I don't know why I needed to be in Florida. Guys, anybody who knows me knows how anchored I am in Maine, but I felt this urge to go to Florida. It's been on my mind for a few years. And all of a sudden I said, okay, I'm going to go to Florida. And so I followed that. But what was in Florida wasn't just Florida. It was I was to discover there. So it's never like one place or one thing or one thought isn't always the ends to the means. It's a place where you need to be to continue that further experiences. Just trust, follow your inspiration, and when you know you need to be somewhere, feel into it. Hey, Kim Siegel. Thank you guys for joining. I swear as I woke, the message was total trust. It's just within you. It needs to be awoken. Yeah, and it will be awoken in the proper time. So that's what I was getting at. Whatever your frequency is, you will be shown what you need for your next step. You will be shown what, oh my God. You will be shown what you need for your next step every moment. That is a complete surrender and trust in the now. Know that your frequency, which is literally your love and light, it's your God source free energy, is going, whatever it is, it's going to show you what you need every moment to continue. So what happens, how we stop that is when we project too much into the future beyond the now and say, oh, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do? I really need to be there. This is what I'm lacking. But if you just come to the now and trust and surrender to the moment and all that you are, whatever you need, whatever person, whatever place, whatever situation, whatever state of being, whatever modality, whatever you need is going to present itself, because God, which you are, love and light, God only operates in love. And if we can get out of the head and just surrender to that and know and trust in that, oh my God, guys, we remove so much resistance, and we enter into the allowance of the true state of flow. This morning I was meditating and I was listening to somebody who was talking about some woman, and she brought forth to breathe into the turquoise, the I want to say Thaddeus, but is it? Am I saying Thaddeus because of you, John? Thymex, the Thymex. And I always intuitively knew that was a turquoise color, the combination of the throat and the heart, and then bringing forth this unconditional love like portal. And anyways, when I was meditating on that and doing the ohms and just breathing in, doing 8 ohms, entering that going within, expanding, going within, expanding. And that happens to be my favorite color, kind of the turquoise aqua. And that's the connection to universal unconditional love. Where was I going with this? I had this image in the Mystic Oracle deck. It is the Andean cross, and it's a portal, but it has these steps, and it's all gold. It says if you're entering that moment of now, you're entering that God consciousness, you're entering this. But what I saw was that Andean cross image, where if you guys know it, it's a circle, but it looks like a little bit jagged, like this. And it was all the steps around that you take in that trust in divine connection to go through that portal, to continue your journey, to continue your path. And in that image, I was just showing you, you are given the steps you need every moment. And one time when I was younger, I was really, really afraid. I was like, I don't know, 30 and not too little. But I went to this reader, he was really gifted, and he was telling me that I was a bright light, but be careful. He put the fear in me, like, be careful if you're a bright light, because there's beings out there who want to attack that. So I was so effing scared when I went to bed that night. And in the night, the demons release. But he put that thought in me that I needed to be scared because I was the light, which is total untruth, guys, by the way. But I was really, really, really blessed with my angel literally speaking outside of my mind. I had this picture of my of an angel behind my bed that my sister drew for me, like maybe 10 years earlier. She was a teenager and I was a little bit older, she's 14 years younger than me. And she drew this picture of an angel and her name's Elizabeth, and she was behind me, and I was so scared. I kept begging Jesus to protect me, and I was trying to put up gold pyramids around me for protection because I was so afraid these demons, because he even said he saw demons coming at him, but that was his own experience due to his vibration and his beliefs, the man that told me that. So I was afraid of that. So I would put up all this stuff, and I was awakened in the middle of the night, and just like I am right now, and it said, look at the wall. And so I got up, and I'm like, why is this voice telling me, look at the wall? And it said, no, the other wall, literally outside of me. So I looked, and it was my angel. And she said to me, because she wanted me to look at the picture of her representing my higher guidance, my angel. And she says, do not fear. You have nothing to fear. We will help you up the steps. We will help you up the ladder, up the steps. And I felt such peace after receiving that, and that I would be protected and I would be shown. So that was showing me how I can relate that to now. It was like this morning, connecting to that unconditional higher heart portal, the higher heart. And that is your love. That is your protection. And that's all you need, is to immerse yourself in that now. And that is the energy that will help you up your steps, meaning you will be presented what you need every moment to continue on your journey. And I say continue as in linear, but it all is now, but to continue on whatever experience and shift and portal you need to enter to get to that higher frequency. It's an eternal journey of illumination and love and an expansion, and that's all there is love, and there is nothing to fear, guys. There's nothing to fear. But when you can come to this and enter that higher heart portal, that's all is access, and you will be given what you need every moment. And I'm sorry that went on so long. I meant to just share the little beach, me running on the beach portal example. But I'm going to pull I'm going to take one breath in. So we'll have my message be part of the power of 3. We'll do one breath, and I'm going to pull one mystical oracle, because I think what we're talking about, dimensional card, well, mystical dimensional, because that totally relates to what I'm talking about. So we'll just take one deep breath in, guys. So we'll drop from the mind to the heart and just take that nice, good breath in, and know that in that breath, you are the prana. You are activating yourself. You are decoding and bringing forth and illuminating the light within you. As the light gets bigger, the frequency, and that's what I was talking about earlier, certain people, places, and things will make your light bigger. It'll activate you. And then that's where the codes are released. That's where the DNA remembers. Things are opened up to you. And it's all within you already. It's just opened up into you. And you do that to yourself every time you breathe in to the heart with that intention. And even without the intention, it's still happening. I just don't think it's got as much power behind it. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Drop from your heart. Drop from your mind to your heart. And hold it. And know as you're holding it, you're expanding that love and light. You're activating it. And as you activate it and you here now, you are activating it on all timelines. You are opening up doors to open yourself up to all that you are. And exhale. In the exhale, you have just released your activation to be shown to you in your physical world. Hence, people that come into your life, situations, places, things, stones, crystals, what have you, as that reflection of your activation to continue you up that spiral, up that ascension, to continue you on your journey. It's all in the breath, and it's all dropping into the now, because all truly is available now. One quick thing, guys, share out if you haven't, please. I just think today's message is so magical and awesome. So, and I can say that about, I say that about all my stuff. I love the way I get sparks, 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 sparks. And when you get that spark, it's like, you can say it's enlightenment. It's bringing forth a new awareness. You just activated, like for me, running, and I become this portal, I say, because I'm open, and I get these sparks, sparks, sparks of insight. Just a collective message for all of you guys for today. We'll see what comes through. All right. This is what popped open. A whole bunch fell. This is the only one landing up. And what does it look like, guys? Does that not look like a portal? And not all of these are portals, okay? See? These are not all portals. Is that not the way spirit works? Is that not the way spirit works? Totally reflecting and culminating and expanding and illuminating upon the base, that foundation, just like I was saying, when you find that place of home, it becomes your base for further illumination and expansion. Oh my God, that just is so profound. John, you take total credit for that today. That sense of home being that new place that you keep expanding. That center, your home. Another thing is your home is your center. Your home is the truth of who you are. Your home is that pure, unfiltered God source energy. And when you see that reflection, it gives you that sense of remembering. And then that creates that base. I just can't emphasize that enough. It's so profound the way it's hitting me today. And so we got the portal card. And then that was a portal. Exploration. And it says boldness, unknown, and limitless, guys. It's so beautiful. It's like releasing the mind to the limitless. You guys are unbounded. You are limitless. You do not live in walls. And what did I say? How I love to receive those sparks, 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 sparks. And then that's what my shares are. My Ria on the Run, my Power of 3. They're all just sparks that I just share. And I feel I need and compelled to share them because what it actually does too, and for all of you guys that get that, it grounds and anchors that energy into your experience. Just like when you brought your focus to your breath, and then you breathe it out. That out breath is actually your intent, your willingness to bring that activation into your physical experience. Oh my God. So this is the portal, and the portals do. It does require boldness. It requires an openness. It requires like no logic. Like you can't enter the portal unless you release. I can't say you can't enter it because some people activate you to help you release the limitations also. But it does require a boldness to step into it. It does require the unknown because we're not taught to be jumping portals as humans. This is so beautiful. And it's limitless. It's just limitless, guys. I've got so much to share about personal experiences, but I'll take that to the gold room, okay? I'll take it to the gold room. And this is literally what it feels like. It's an explosion of light and activation. When you come together with another merging of energy, it literally is an explosion. It's a catalyst. It's that perfect combination. It's almost like throwing gas on a burn pit or a fire. You see what it does? It goes out of control. Well, that's what you do when you see that reflection of energy coming to you in your world. And then it creates this portal, and it takes you further into greater expansion, illumination, and enlightenment. And this is what it feels like. And that's what you're giving off for the rest of the world. And it's a swirling because you know why it's a circle? Because there is no linear time. That portal you entered, or that spark, takes you to all sorts of different levels within eternity, within the timeless. It's timeless. It's boundless. And you enter all these different parts with every spark, with every activation. And it's all connected through universal love. And it is all connected through your heart. Your heart is a portal to all. And whatever you need activated in the moment, it will be shown to you to take you there further and further and further and further and further and further out in expansion. But it's still a circle. And the circle represents, even though see the circle, how it expands out with every twirl? It still gives you access to all other timelines and dimensions because it's not linear. Even though you go further in, whether you be way in here, you go across it and you have access still to all those other dimensions. As you go out in higher frequency, like say we're on this outer rim, you have access to other timelines and dimensions that are compatible to this frequency. So every little line, every little circle, it's a different frequency, but in that frequency, you have so many other potentials you can connect to and gain from that compatible frequency resonance. And as you get further out and out and out, then you also access even higher frequencies, other timelines, higher, I'll say higher, but other gifts available to you that you can't access only at this frequency. So you might be at this little line, but you might not be able to gain astral projection at that frequency. It might require a different frequency or release or allowance. But then when you get to this one, then that gift is available. But at this gift, maybe you're a Reiki master. Who knows? So it's continually expansion in the light and the enlightenment and in activating all that you are, guys. And number 15 represents 1, taking that boldness, taking that path, taking that self-realization into your own hands, empowering yourself, daring to be different. And what does that do? The 5 creates change, blast, impulsivity, awareness, enlightenment, expansion. That's what that 5 is to me. Stop. Pew! And then the 1 plus the 5 is a 6. What does that do? It creates that perfect balance, peace and harmony within your state of being. And then it's just perfect. Oh my God, perfect, guys. And then, of course, all Christ consciousness, all that spiritual energy available in every aspect of the... All right, guys? All right, I'm going to end it with a teensy bit of light language, guys. Teensy bit. Just a teensy bit, all right? All right, teensy bit. Let's go see if there's some sun for us to check out. That reflection of the sun is that perfect physical representation to activate us. To activate us. There's nothing wrong with the sun, guys. It ain't going to cause skin cancer. It ain't going to kill ya. Yeah, sure, it's going to kill the old you, but it ain't going to kill you. It's going to expand you. All right, guys, a little light language. Oh my God, this is the fullness of what you guys are. All available, pure, unfiltered love and light, boundless, expansive. And the sun doesn't worry about the rest of the world or what's happening. It focuses on its illumination. It focuses on its source. And that's not a selfish thing. You wouldn't say the sun is selfish, nor are you selfish when you focus on your light and your love and you just remain blinded to the outside world, because as the sun is focused on itself, what is it doing automatically, just like us when we give ourselves self-love and focus and respect and honor? You're automatically bringing warmth and growth to all around you. Think of how the sun affects all of Gaia and everything on earth and all the animals and all the plants and everything. But the sun doesn't worry about doing it. It focuses just on itself and state of being. That is what is called of us, guys. Focus on your state of being. And how do you know what your state of being is? What the frick feels good to you? The sun, it shows us we feel good in the sun. We feel warmth. We feel joy. We feel more alive. We feel more clear. And it provides growth and nourishment to all. And we are to provide nourishment and growth to all simply by connecting to our hearts and just being, guys. It's not selfish. Even when it appears not to be helping, it's still helping. All right, guys. Deep breath in. Pusia ya oya ya kahi tatario tasiri. Shuria hia ayokaria tasarita pahiga shuya karieta si daria koita. Puria toria taria shorio yaria kaita. Da, hoya, ka, oriaia, shua, suri, tai, kaita, kaiata, surita, o shiawa ya taita, kasireta, po. Pohahia, shariata, May you guys all shine with the entirety of all the light that you are.